We're looking to go in the cave.
There's no smoking or vaping or chewing gum or chewing tobacco or no food or drinks. Please refrain from climbing up on the rock walls and messing with any of the light switches. It is extremely important that we stay together at all times. Photography here is 100% encouraged. Flash is 100% allowed. Degrees year round, winter, summer does not matter. It is also a dry cave, which means there's water in this cave, but there'll never be any form of flooding. Now, talking about water, if you look at the very top of the cave for me, you guys see the large crack up there? That's our lifeline of the cave. That's where water poured in to form this cave years ago. And this rock that surrounds us is what we call Louisiana limestone. It is extremely rare. It's going to only be found from Hannibal, Missouri, and 30 miles down south to Louisiana, Missouri. A lot of people think it should be called Hannibal limestone, though, because let's all be honest with ourselves, who really cares about Louisiana, Missouri? Now, looking at the limestone for me still, you guys see that little sparkly thing right there? That's what we call a calcite nodule. Early explorers thought they were diamonds, but when they mined them, they found them to be soft. On a most hardest scale, like diamond is a 10. These are a 3, and for reference, your fingernail is a 2.5. Now, if you look at the lower level of the cave, you notice there's this black tint. It's simply just torch soot. Explorers would grab their torches, you put it up against the cave wall, and you would leave soot all over. Now, last thing I want to run over is what we're walking on. It's called grade glacial clay. It is 100% natural to the cave. It's just been passed down from people walking on it for over 200 years. Alright, so we're passing by our alligator here. Our alligator is just a landmark. This landmark, though, is a little special because when you look at the top, you'll notice it's shiny. And that's just because people keep touching it. Now, the reason people keep touching it is that there's an old tail. If you pat the back of the alligator, you give your tour guide good luck, and he can quickly and safely get you out of the cave. Now, before you go to rush to touch it, I get it. I'm not offended. I understand. Science behind why it's shiny might gross all of you guys out. It's pretty simple. So as people, we have oil on our skin. Every time we touch something, we leave just a little bit of the oil there. And from people patting the back of this thing now for over 200 years, it's basically become a human oil buildup. So we're going through Autograph Alley. There are over 2,000 signatures in this passage of the cave alone, and in the entire cave, there are over 250,000 signatures. Now, we've had no new signatures since 1972, because in 1972, we became a national landmark. And now if you were to sign or take anything from the cave, that would be a $1,000 fine, a felony on your record, and to top it off, a sweet, sweet year in jail. Avenue. This is the longest passage in our cave. It is 1,100 feet from end to end, 22 feet from the floor to the ceiling, and right now we are at the deepest point in the cave. We are 250 feet below surface level. We haven't actually gone downhill. The surface above us has risen, so right now we're at the top point of the hill. Now, looking at the ceiling of the cave for me though, you guys see those brown spots up there? Any guessing what they're from? Yep, that's it.
Nice.
So this cave used to have millions of bats in it, but a thing called white nose sensor took over in the early 2000s. It's a white fungus that would grow in a bat's nose, have them wake up early during hibernation, you then use all their fat reserves and die. So we went from having millions of bats in this cave to 11 to 13.